game. Don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game.
What you waiting for? Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Tell the chauffeur to open Mercedes door. Put the pedal to metal and made it soar. She was, but I made it sure it was. So we stayed indoors. Let's take it where no one has been before. It feel like I've known you some years before, but I don't know. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. She's a Lotus and I'm the conductor of a Magnum Opus. Simply braggadocious. Why don't we take advantage of this moment? And wherever you own, we own it. Mama, I'm on the big screen. I took a big swing out of life. I'm doing big things in my life. I deserve 6 rings like I'm Mike. I've got no sleep. I remember when it was the nosebleeds. Now they captured the fashion from flow seats. I'm a whole king. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. She's a Lotus and I'm the conductor of a Magnum Opus. Simply braggadocious. Why don't we take advantage of this moment? And wherever you own, we own it. Ooh, it's trouble in paradise. So let's parachute where the air's nice. And let's risk it all on the paradise. But she just wanna make sure her hair's nice. That's fair, right? I just fell in love with a prima donna. The 2023 Madonna. I mean, your honor, I was minding my business until she gave me complete nirvana. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. She's a Lotus and I'm the conductor of a Magnum Opus. Simply braggadocious. Why don't we take advantage of this moment? And wherever you own, we own it. Nobody really cares. Nobody really cares. Nobody really cares. Nobody really cares. Nobody really cares.
My God, oh God, this is Son of God level. The sun, the sky, you can see the vibe. We ride the high, always on a high level.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Las Vegas Raiders. 2 teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And some space here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Well, they didn't do a lot there to fool anyone. They just came right out and ran the football, but with great success. And that's the way you want to get things started. A nice quick opener for a big game.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. The Raiders at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Now that's a dangerous throw right there. Moving off to his right, throwing it all the way back across field to his left. I know he had a lot of confidence in his arm, but sometimes the ball can just hang up there when it goes that distance. He was fortunate it was just incomplete.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. To throw his Carr. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Greg Dortch back deep. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Raiders, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
To throw is Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No 1st down. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. Murray going to throw. Steps away. And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the first down and then slides to the ground. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Running right, here's McAllister. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run up the middle with McAllister. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
The Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Up the middle they go with McAllister. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. On the give, McAllister with it. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up with 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Draw play. Here's McAllister. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
4th down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now. Prater's kick is good, and the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw pulled in by Renfro. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Carr going to give it to Jacobs, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Carr completes it, and they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Now Carr. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. He's going deep for Brown. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A huge play there for Arizona. 51 yards.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
18 more yards there and another first down. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Goes right back to McBride. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a third down and 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Cardinals on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Murray. Caught on a slant. Touchdown, Cardinals. Trey McBride with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cardinals are in for 6. Prater for the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Carr's throw taken in by Adams. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
A first down for Davante Adams in his first season with the Las Vegas Raiders. Over the previous 2 years in Green Bay, he led the NFL in receptions and touchdowns, and he's building off of a 123-catch, 1,500-yard season. Now, of course, in Raiders black and silver instead of Packers green and gold.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Carr going to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. A 55-yard punt that time with a return of about 14. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strikeout.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. From the gun, Murray. Trying to force it to Hopkins. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Here's Murray. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate, that was just incomplete.
Murray and company going for it on fourth. Being chased outlet. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Second down and 8. Throwing now is Carr. Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On first down, Carr. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Again, it's Carr. And that is incomplete.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. The kick by Carlson is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Steps away to his left. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. A handoff to McAllister, and he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, and here's Murray. Flushed out right. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
They run with Deuce McAllister, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, You have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray sliding out of the pocket. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
And there's the beauty of Kyler Murray because we all know he can get it done through the air. Terrific right arm, and nowadays we don't even talk about his height anymore. He's shown that he can see downfield and make throws, but he also possesses wide receiver speed. He can call his own number or scramble and turn it into a big play as well. Kyler Murray, a dual threat at the quarterback position.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards. Here's Murray. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Prater for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Carr now on 1st down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback.
Well, this certainly feels like complimentary football to me, partner, because the momentum from the team's touchdown drive looks like it's made its way over to the defense. They're working together in tandem now. Offense gets in the end zone. Defense with a big sack on the first play of the following drive.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play action. Now it's Carr. Looking deep for Adams. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Pride. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Prater on to add the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Buda Baker with a pick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. This is McAllister. And he is going to lose yardage here. Award that tackle for loss to the linebacker, Denzel Perryman.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Murray. Dancing to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
I thought once he got out of the pocket, he was looking further downfield. Instead, he brings his sight lines back to a shorter route, settles on his receiver running the drag left to right, and they wind up not getting a whole lot out of that one.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Carr. He hits Adams complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Davante Adams, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think that might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
Another run with McAllister. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Murray off play action. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Denzel Perryman with a sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going deep for Brown. It got his man complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. They'll run here with McAllister. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the carry, it's McAllister. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He'll drop it off to McAllister as running back. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 4th down.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
To throw again on second down. Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Byron Murphy. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
They'll run for it here with McAllister, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point good by Prater. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, it's Carr. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Caught outright by Renfro. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Carr. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the 4th.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
So it's a win here.